Yeah,
Okay,
we never
so-
really talked about it, so if you want to talk about it, we can.
I want to talk about something. My mom, she was kind of depressed. She was very depressed. She was an alcoholic,
I'm
right?
very depressed.
And wait, which one are you talking about?
That the same thing? Tell me what you're talking about. What's that one?
The Andrew Center.
Yeah, there's another story behind that one too that I don't know if you know.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well then,
I don't want to say it out loud because
it's okay.
Okay,
You know what?
so,
Here's the thing. I'm
you know,
telling
it
you.
is the past. The past is the past. Like
No,
bygones be
But
bygones.
listen to me. This is how I look at it because this is how God showed me too. My past, yes, it is my past, but I'm not afraid of my past because if people can sit there and throw it in my face all day long. Wanna know why? They didn't walk a day in my shoes. They can sit there and say all they want to about it, but they didn't go through what I went through. They didn't experience what I went through, and they didn't get to see the breakthrough that I got to see, and where God delivered me from.
True.
And so God delivered me from that. It does no longer hurt me no more, and that is my testimony, and I stand on that, and I'm proud. From where I come from.
Nice. Deliverance.
Very much.
I'm about to deliverance a fart.
Okay, what's up?
I got a fart.
Okay.
Okay.
Rip it on 3.
No, I don't want to because it's gonna be loud. I'm gonna go and brr. Okay, so my mom went to the Andrew Centers because she was kind of depressed, and she was depressed. She tried to go to she went to Utah to go see my aunt. She's not my aunt. Oh, who's Andrew Center?
I think I had to go there after I got out.
Okay, so she went to the Andrew Center because she was crazy.
Well, because they said I was.
She
I'm not gonna speak that on my life because I'm not crazy because of the things what I was going through. Okay, since you really don't know, you know little bits and stuff about it. I'll go ahead and I'll tell it.
yes, she too.
It's not. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not ashamed of it. At first I was very embarrassed because of where I came from. But I was an alcoholic, really bad one. It was horrible. It was so bad. It's so bad. I would do horrible things to get liquor. I would spend all my money to get it. I would go out partying all hours of the night, you know. So
Take me.
I take my kid with me, and I would drive drunk. Sure would. With my kid in the car. I mean, what kind of parent does that? If you're an alcoholic, you really don't think about that though, because you honestly don't care. And if you're so depressed, I hated my life at the time. I hated where I was. I hated everything about myself.
And when she hated it, she changed her life. She made it a better life.
I made a better choice. But in order to, because I'm a hard-headed person, and this is how God has to deal with me. But see, here's the thing: the devil was so bad on me. In order for me not to understand my blessing, though, is I was being attacked so bad, saying that I was a worthless mother and that my son would be better off because I'm just going to end up hurting him or killing him or putting him in a bad situation. And that's how he attacked me. He attacked me so hard on that one. And then I couldn't sleep because my mind was constantly running like 90 to nothing. It was running full speed. And then I had the fear. I had this really fear that something was always trying to get me. Like something was always breathing down my neck. I could feel its presence. It was an evil presence. I started being able, because I couldn't sleep a lot, I started seeing demons coming at me from every which way, literally while my eyes were wide open during the daytime. You can say whatever you want to, but them suckers is real. And I got to see them. The veil was lifted off my eyes for that one. And it was terrifying, and it terrified me so much, and it scared me so bad to where I literally slit my wrists, both of them. I had 10 stitches in one and 5 in another. And when I went to the hospital, I don't know how I drove myself, but I didn't drive. I know God had me. I don't remember going to the hospital, but apparently I drove myself to the hospital, drunk as I was. drunk as I was, and bleeding everywhere. Blood was all over me by the time I got there. I walked in, and lady asked me questions, and she looked at me. That's all I remember. She looked at me, and they literally took me in, and they put me on all kinds of stuff. And then they had this lady come in and start asking me all kinds of questions. Well, I guess I was so angry, I just told her everything, my whole life story during there. And anyways, the judge signed some papers and made me go to Terrell. I went to Terrell, and
How long?
I went there for about 2 weeks. But the one thing about it is I met this girl in there. I met a couple people in there. These people they've been through a lot. And I was sitting there saying, you know, I'm not crazy. I don't belong here. You know, I tell everybody, I don't belong here. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. No, I don't need to be locked up in this place. Well, this girl, she came to me, and this is what got me, because God works on people. He really does. He gives them a word to make you understand something. And it's the only reason why it clicked in my head, how God was trying to work in my life. She said, let me ask you a question. She's like, she said, let me tell you this. She said, I'm in here for just thinking about what you attempted. She said, so who's crazier, me or you? I sat there for a minute, and I was just like, you know, like when somebody tells you the truth, you don't want to hear it. Well, that's pretty much what it was. She told me, she's like, I'm in here for just thinking about trying to do what you attempted to do. But see how God is so good. I only got to attempt it. He saved my life. He saved my life before I could bleed to death. Made sure I didn't cut it too deep where they could sew it back up. Stuck me in a place where there was a girl in there, and she was an amazing girl. She was so religious, and she was praying, and that's why she was in there, bless her heart. I never thought you could be stuck in a place like that for being over religious. But I think what it was that God was just honoring. She needed to be there, maybe for me, maybe for all those people that were in there. She needed to be there. She was a prayer warrior, because that's all she ever did.
If she's out, would you give a shout out?
I do. Her name was Kimberly. I don't remember her last name, but she was an amazing, sweet,
Shout out.
down person, earth. I swear she was. And I love you. You helped me in so many ways that you don't even know. Yeah.
No.
You just don't even know how the Lord used you to work on me. And that's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Well, the Lord worked on me from that point on. I've not had no drinks.
The turnaround.
I turned my life around. It took me, a couple of times though, not to stray away, but he also let me see that drinking was my downfall. Every time I would drink, even after I got out, every time I would drink, I would lose things. I would lose things because he had blessed me with them. That's how you know something you don't need to do. Because God, he'll bless you with something, but if you keep going back to it, it's going to slowly slip away. You're going to take it out because that was your blessing, and you didn't want it right then. So he's like, okay, well, this is what it is. But I've also learned that he's also showed me that they're just materialistic things. And whenever you lose them, I can give them back to you 10 times more. I did learn that. I learned that too. I learned a lot. There's so much more that I've learned, that I've gained, that I don't really talk about. I just sit back and watch. I sit back and watch. And I try my hardest to guide my kid to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my ability, and truly ask God to keep him lifted up when he's not around me. I keep him prayed up. I keep you prayed up. You're my baby. And going through all that with that other guy or whatever that I was dating, when I went to this job, I met Luke, and it was the most amazing top person I've ever talked to in my life.
It's on mine.
He was wonderful. He got to see me for me. He saw right through, because I usually put up a wall, and he got to tear that down. We got to talk on a spiritual level. We connected, and this is where we're at today.
And
So
don't bring it up.
It wasn't nothing like that. It didn't kidnap me.
Oh, it hangs over my head. Oh.
He didn't kidnap me.
Yes, he did.
That's what they say. You can't kidnap anybody who gets in the car when you ask them, are you ready to ride? And they open the door, they sell.
Foot in
That's
your
why
car.
it hangs over my head because it's an inside joke. But I don't mind it because I know the real story.
I need 2 more shout outs.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to Johnny Be Good.
Ah, Johnny, be good. Yeah.